Hello, hello, YouTube friends. So, I was tagged by the lovely Becca C Smith here on YouTube to hop on and participate in the AuthorTube trivia tag. I think that's what it's called. Let's see. Author trivia tag. The author trivia tag, sorry, I have my coffee here. The author trivia tag was originally created by Jen Woolston. And yes, so basically the prompt or the tag is to share 10 interesting facts about yourself that people may not know or that most people don't know. So I'm so excited about this one. Usually tags have questions, prompts that you answer, and I love that, but I'm excited to share like just free the first 10 things that pop into my mind because I have not written these down. I have a couple that I know I want to share, but it'll be interesting to see if I can come up with 10 like just flying by the seat of my pants. So here we go. All right. Interesting fact number 1. I met my husband when I was 14 years old. Most people don't know that about me. People generally know that because we were high school sweethearts that we had to have been young, but not many people know that I was 14 and he was 15 when we met. And we have been together ever since. So yeah, we're one of those weird, rare couples that happened to make it work. We will be celebrating next year, 2019, in June. We were married in June. We're celebrating 20 years married, and we've been together, gosh, I don't even know. I can't even tell you, like, so yeah, that would probably be my first interesting thing about me that a lot of people don't know. Second, we do have 3 kids, and if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know, because I do kind of mention that we have 3 teenagers that we homeschool. So we have 3 kids. Their ages are 18, 16, and 14. Our first child was born on our 1-year anniversary. So I spent my first wedding anniversary in the hospital giving birth to her. So she was like the greatest anniversary gift that my husband could have given me. So that would be number 2. Let's see. What else can I share? Number 3, an interesting fact that I don't think I've shared yet here. I am writing romance books with my 16-year-old daughter. And if you guys are interested to follow along in that journey, we actually have taken over my old writing account on Instagram. And so you can find us at Honey Heart Romances. Yeah, and so that has been an interesting adventure. We have officially completed the first draft of our outline. Yes, the first draft of an outline. It's a very detailed outline, and we have another draft we want to go through before we begin writing and rewriting and all of that. So that's another interesting fact that you guys may not know. 4 would be that, and I do think I've shared this before, I have written 1 romance, and it wasn't my favorite adventure writing fiction. I don't think I was ready for fiction to reveal so many true things about a person, because fiction isn't really fiction. There are always true things when you're writing fiction. Sometimes I feel like there are truer things than even you'd find in a nonfiction. So it was a very interesting adventure. So this one's going to be it's going to be an adventure for sure. It's going to be interesting. I don't know if that could count for number 4 because I think I might have shared that here on the channel. Let's see if I can think of something different. Okay, let's see, something interesting. I killed a deer when I was 15. Not with my car, with an actual gun. Not many people know that about me because I am not that kind of girl. I went hunting once. My father hunts, and growing up, the only meat we ever ate was the meat that he actually killed with his own hands. And so growing up as a child, we ate in season. So if it was duck season, then we would have duck. If it was deer season, we would have deer. If it was fishing season, we would have fish. And so, so when I was 15, I went hunting because I currently still love being out in nature. And I went walking the woods with my dad and all of that. And the first time I was officially old enough to go hunting, I killed a deer. And so that would be number 4. Number 5, I took the deer to my husband's house. At the time, he was my boyfriend, and knocked on his door. I was so excited, and I opened the van door, and there was this deer. He wasn't very impressed, or he wasn't as impressed as I thought he would be. I never went back after that because it was the most boring thing I had ever done in my entire life. And if you guys know me, because you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that like I'm an introvert. I like quiet days. I like all of that stuff. Yeah, not so much. It just wasn't my jam. So that was the first and only time I ever went hunting, and my first and only time ever killing a deer. So what? That's number 5. Okay, what's another interesting thing? This is harder than I thought. Oh, I have one. Okay, so number 6, I met my best friend on Twitter. Yeah, that happened. About, what's it been now? Like 5 years, Christine? 5, I think. Is it more than 5 years? Christine, who is also on YouTube, she hasn't done a video in a while, and yeah, she needs to do a video. Anyway, so I met Christine on Twitter because we both signed up for a bloggers retreat that we were interested in going to, and both of us needed a roommate. And so she on Twitter posted up, anyone need a roommate? I think she had like 4 spots. She rented the hotel and had 4 spots for people that were coming to this blogging retreat. And so she used the hashtag. And so when I searched the hashtag in Twitter, I saw this girl was looking for people to share the room that she had purchased. And I went ahead and was like, okay. She homeschooled. She had 4 children. I was like, oh, I think that we could really get along. So I decided to steal one of the spots. And then after that, she wanted all of us to kind of get to know each other before the conference. I think it was almost a full year, 10 months or so before the conference was actually going to happen. So by the time the conference came around, her and I had already met each other. She lives in Ohio. I live in North Carolina. And so we actually met in the middle, and we get together a couple times a year since. And so, yeah, I met my best friend on Twitter. You guys, nowadays with social media, you never know what's going to happen. And she's amazing, and she's my person. So yeah, that's an interesting thing. Okay, let's see. That's 6. Oh my goodness, this is like so hard. What's another interesting thing? You guys know I homeschool. So poetry. Okay, so number 7. You guys may or may not know that I come from a very, very religious background, and I'm no longer a part of organized religion. And this may be something that I'm probably not supposed to be talking about on social media. But number 7, an interesting fact, poetry is what destroyed my religion. So I'm not going to go into detail. But yeah, poetry, reading poetry, I fell in love with a certain poet and their relationship with the universe and God and all of that. And it didn't make sense with my religion. And so the more I studied, the more I distanced myself from that specific religion that we were in. And yeah, so that's an interesting fact. My air conditioner just turned on, so you guys are going to see my hair like blowing. Okay, so that's number 7. Speaking of hair, that's another one I can do. So number 8, I used to have dreadlocks. I have had dreadlocks 2 times in my life. The first time I had them for about, how long did I have them for? The first time I had them for about 10 months, so almost a year. And we were living in an RV at the time. I should have used that as one of my interesting facts too. But we were living in an RV, and I had dreadlocks, and we were swimming like every day, and it just didn't work out with dreadlocks. So I combed them out. The second time I had them, I only had them for about 4 months. And they just kept unraveling. Like, I don't know if I just didn't do them tight enough or what, but my hair is straight. Like, my hair, yes, it's got some body, but it's just like, each individual hair is pretty fine. So my dreadlocks would just continue to like come apart. So I'd have to continue to re-dread them. And it was just more work than I wanted. The purpose for dreads was so that I didn't have to worry about my hair so much, and I found myself putting more time into my hair. So I combed those out. What are we on? 9. Number 9, I shaved my head in 2014? No. 13, I don't know the year. I shaved my head, and that was very symbolic to me, and I do not regret it. I won't shave my head again. Well, I mean, I've got this side part shaved just right here. Like, it doesn't go underneath or anything, but I won't fully shave my head again. But it was so empowering. It healed, and I know that sounds crazy, but I was able to release a lot of the stuff I was still carrying from my past, and it was just very freeing. It was the most amazing and badass thing I think I've ever done in my entire life, outside of birthing 3 children naturally and all that jazz. Okay, so that's number 9. Let's see, one more thing. Yes, I will. I'll cheat. I'll use the RV. My husband and I, about, what has it been, 8 years ago, we decided to sell everything and move into an RV. So now when I say we, it was his idea, and we were very much still kind of in the religion that I came from. And so I decided I would be the submissive wife, because that was something he wanted to do, and I would say yes. But our house is never going to sell, because we were living, like, this was when the economy crashed, and there was no way our house was going to sell. The day we put a for sale by owner sign out in our yard, someone came and looked at the house. 2 days later, we're under contract, and we had not ever stayed in an RV. We knew nothing about RVs, didn't even own an RV. We had 30 days to liquidate everything, to sell everything. And keep in mind, we had 3 children. So my son was 4. And so my middle daughter had been 6, and then my oldest was 8. And it was an interesting time in our life. We lived in an RV for almost a year. My husband's job did not sell. His business did not job. My husband doesn't have a job. My husband owns a business. His business did not sell because of the economy. Banks wouldn't. We had a bunch of people interested, but they couldn't get the money because the banks weren't loaning people money for businesses that they can't basically take if they don't pay. So we lived hopping around North Carolina with our RV, and after a year we were all ready to be in a house. And so that's where we're at now. We bought a small storybook cottage, and we got it as a foreclosure, and we're able to redo everything the way we wanted. And it was a wonderful experience. It was a hard experience for all of us, having to know the difference between, is this something we need versus want, and to really live as a minimalist. It was wonderful. And I do miss moments of it. I would totally do it again, but still keeping a central home location, if that makes sense. So yeah, those are 10 interesting facts that I doubt some of you, or most of you, knew about me. I'm trying to think if I can go through them again. Met my husband at 14. My daughter was born on our 1-year anniversary. We have 3 teenagers. I'm writing a romance with my 16-year-old. I have killed a deer. These are not in any particular order. I had dreads. I shaved my head. Lived in an RV. What else did I mention? I'm missing 3. I'm blanking. Okay, if I don't have 10, I'll count them when I go back through. If I don't have 10, I'll come back on and finish. But I'm pretty sure I have 10. Why can't I remember the last 3? Yeah, this is why you're supposed to take notes. But you guys know I break all the rules. It's just who I am. Okay, guys. So as I end this video, unless I've missed a number, and then I'll come back, I want to tag Jade from Boho Bookworm. I want to tag her to do this author trivia tag, and I'm gonna actually go comment on one of her videos and let her know that I tagged her. And so hopefully you guys can learn more about her. I'm going to put links down below of both Becca C Smith, who tagged me to do this video, and the original tag by Len. And I'm also going to put Jade from Boho Bookworm's channel down below so that you can check her out. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk with you hopefully next week. Until next time.